YouTube, what is going on, man? I am so excited to be back with another tutorial. We're doing a really simple crop fade right now. We're just going to start off by brushing the hair forward, start with our T outliners, set our bald line, and get started. This is a simple haircut tutorial to follow. It's my boy Carson right here, just graduated high school. He was doing the comb over look for a little bit, the side part, you know. And I talked him into getting the crop, and he hasn't turned back since. His crop's a little different. It's a very high fade, and we also round in his corners instead of doing a very steep box graduation. His face is very long, so when I originally did the square graduation on the side, it made his face look a little triangular, and he didn't really like that. So he liked the rounded look better. So I tailored that to my client's wants. As much as I wanted to leave the box graduation and leave it alone, he wanted something different, and it's his hair. He has to rock it, so we went with that. Right now we're going in with the Braun Series 9 shaver. This thing is a powerhouse. If you guys don't already know, this thing is well worth the money. I think you can get them on sale now for like 180 bucks without the stand. Super good deal. So you guys can see real quick, his cowlick area is almost like a bald spot in the middle. So what we do is, instead of bringing that down to leave weight in the back, what we do is we actually just lift that in the back and blow dry it, so it creates kind of a shape up top, and it kind of hides that bald patch a little bit. So right here we're going to start our fade process. Simple. I do my blade open. I'll go up an inch, and then I start from the bottom with my blade closed, and I slowly start working my lever open as I move to that guideline with my blade open. Very simple, easy to do. Like I said, I start with my blade closed, go about a 1/4 inch, open my blade a little bit more, and I do a by any means, you know, I'm just opening the lever just enough to get the next line out, and I'm just continuing my blend up into the guideline with the open blade. Right here I'm going to do my 1.5. This is my quick fading method. This is where I skip guard. I'm not going to use a number 1 guard, so I'm going to do a 1.5 closed up into his parietal ridge, where I'm going to do clipper over comb. Next, I'm going to follow that underneath with my half guard, either all the way open or slightly slightly closed, and pretty much just fading straight off the side of the head to try to blend that bulk line out. And that gives me a cool, clean gradient without having to use too many guards. It's a fast method. I mean, you can see right there, it's already blended out. Now I use my clipper over comb. So I got in the way of the camera. I bought this new camera mount. Shout out Yo Fonz for showing me what it was. Thing's dope. So I'm gonna have a lot more tutorials coming, because I can leave my camera up and just ready whenever. Right here I'm gonna wet the hair, because his hair is very staticky. Between my plastic comb and his static in his hair, I was having a hard time getting to lay over to blend it. So just wet it a little bit, and then pull it over from the center over, so that I can make sure all of my hair is equal. So right there I was showing you that it's not exactly a flat box graduation, it's slightly rounded towards the top of it. This side we're going to do the exact same thing. Super easy. Again, blade open, blade closed, raise it a 1/4 inch until it's open. So this side I did speed up a little bit faster, just because it's the exact same steps and you guys just watched it. Now we're gonna go with the 1.5. I'm going right below where I want to create that weight line for the crop look. My biggest problem when I first started learning the crops was learning that it was okay to leave weight there. Like, the weight was intentional. So if you're having a hard time with that, just remember, like, on this haircut you need some weight on the parietal ridge in order for it to hold its shape. So here's my half guard again. Like I said, super easy. Wet his hair down. Now notice how I pull the sections down to the side to make sure that everything matches over. That way when I do my scissor work on top and I square out the middle of it, the sides are already done, so my shape on top is still there. Alright, I'm going to reposition the camera. Right here I'm going to start my scissor work, and pretty much I'm going to work in horizontal sections moving forward. Sorry y'all, moving forward from the cowlick forward to his fringe area, and I'm going to just make a square shape. So the center of his haircut will be a square, the sides will be slightly rounded. So it's a custom created shape for his head and his liking, pretty much. All I'm doing with my scissor, with my partings, is I'm just pulling the next section into the previous section, and I can see you can see my guide from when I pull it up. Just matching that guide and then combing it forward. Right here I'm going to cross check by pulling vertical sections. Most of it was pretty spot on. There was a couple hit and miss hairs that I didn't get, but for the most part it was spot on. And he has a cowlick in the front of his haircut, in the front of his head, that prevents his hair from falling forward, like onto his forehead for the fringe look. So that's why his is more of a like lifted crop than the actual like fringe crop. Right here I'm applying just a small amount of Tomb 45's indestructible clay to his wet hair before I blow dry. This is going to give us some dope texture and a little bit of volume. I'm doing medium heat, high volume, and all I'm doing is just blow drying it forward, keeping my nozzle flat, not pushing it against the head too much so I don't burn him. Moving the hair forward, that's all I'm trying to do, is get it to lay forward. So I kind of cut that a little short because I was literally just blowing everything forward. So you can see what I mean. Adds a dope texture to it. Right now we're going to use the Tomb 45 pure powder, texturizing powder. The secret to texturizing powder is when you first put it in the hair, you're not going to get the results you want. You have to let it sit for a minute and let it bond with the hair. So you can see right here I don't get the texture that I want when I'm lifting his hair. It's still kind of falling flat. That's because you need to let it sit in order to allow that powder to bond with the hair, and then you can start getting your grip and you start getting your piecey look just like this. That's it guys, under 10-minute tutorial, which is super dope. The cut is done. Pretty much right here I'm just gonna style his hair up and pick individual strands that I want to stand out. But this is overall, this is the cut. So I'm gonna show you guys a quick little side shot of it, and then I will see you guys in the next one. I have one more to edit tonight, so see you guys in the next one. Appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you hit the red subscribe button, and see you in the next video.